Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here to do my 28-week update for my second pregnancy. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I love to do lifestyle, mommy videos, pregnancy videos, and vlogs. So if that's something that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that bell notification. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. Alright, so let's dive in. So the 28th week of pregnancy is the week that you finally hit the third trimester, and I'm so excited that I'm in the third trimester. I really like the second trimester because I feel like it's when it's like your bump is really starting to grow and you get your energy back, and for me it's when my morning sickness ended, so that stuff is all really nice. But I do like the third trimester because it's kind of like the countdown is on and everything is so real, so it's just kind of a fun time and an exciting time, even though it is exhausting. So this week I have had like some extremely crazy dreams, and I'm like one of those people that doesn't remember my dreams, but when I like first wake up from sleep is when I'm like, oh my god, that was absolutely crazy. It's one of those things, I haven't had dreams that are this like vivid probably ever. I don't think I had it in my first pregnancy this much. Maybe I didn't, I just didn't realize it because I wasn't paying as close of attention. The dreams are vivid and they're about things or people that you wouldn't expect them to be about, and just kind of like totally off in la la land. So it's kind of funny to see what you dream about every night. The next one is that I'm definitely noticing that I'm more tired this week, and it's not like an exhaustion fall asleep kind of tired, it's just my body is tired. So I am still trying to keep up with all my workouts because I know that that will help, and then I'm trying to eat healthier, but sometimes it's hard because those cravings kick in real big at nighttime when I'm sitting down after we put Madeline to bed. So I'm trying my best, but I'm definitely feeling more tired these days, and like small tasks like making the bed just kind of like wear me out and kind of make me lose my breath a little. So I have to kind of space those out during the day so that I make sure that I'm not overdoing it. The next one that kind of goes in the sleep category is that I've definitely been having insomnia and cramps. Not stomach cramps, but like leg cramps, and I actually woke up with an arm cramp the other day, which I thought was really funny. But like almost Charlie horse type cramps, so they hurt extremely bad. The one thing that I have noticed, and I've known this because I used to be a dancer, but if you do start to get Charlie horses, you flex your feet and that helps almost instantly. Sometimes it's hard to get your foot flexed though, so you have to kind of fight through it, but that does seem to help, so that's good. And then the insomnia, I've had a little bit of it every night. I fall asleep pretty good now because I'm so tired, but then I end up waking up around 2 or 3 in the morning and I'm just like wide awake, like I could start my day. So I have to kind of lay there and talk myself into going back to sleep. And eventually I do. It's usually about an hour at the least that I'm awake though. The next one is that I've been having a ton more Braxton Hicks this week. Like way more than I think I have any week previous in this pregnancy, and I was trying to remember back to Madeline's pregnancy. I don't remember having this many with her, but I'm not sure if it's just because it was my first pregnancy and I wasn't as aware of them or knew what they were at that point. But I've definitely had a lot of them, and they're starting to become more like more pressure, it feels like instead of just seeing it, you kind of feel more pressure. So that's been interesting. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'm going to talk to my doctor about that just to make sure everything's okay. But I have been starting to try to like drink a lot more water than I was, and then I'm also starting to space out my activities in the day like I mentioned, because I feel like that's part of it, is when you overtax yourself or you're dehydrated, that's when you see Braxton Hicks happen a little bit more frequently. So I am trying to keep on top of all of that so that I don't have a ton of Braxton Hicks. They aren't super painful, but I just would rather make sure that I'm staying healthy and calm. So the next one is that I'm hungry all the time. Like I feel like as soon as I finish eating, I'm hungry again. And I've always been a huge eater. I've had a very fast metabolism for my whole life. So it's always been something that I just like, I wouldn't call it a struggle, but it's just been something that I've dealt with my whole life, is that I'm constantly hungry. So now that I'm pregnant and growing another baby, it just is kind of like my hunger is intensified like to the max. So I've been trying to eat as healthy as I can, but sometimes you just gotta give in to those donut cravings, I think. Okay, this week is the first week that I've started to see like my feet or my ankles swell. It's nothing big or anything crazy, like what you see in pictures or movies or anything like that, but they are definitely starting to get bigger, and I can tell if I stand for a long period of time, like they just feel tight, like my skin feels tight. So that started this week. I haven't had that at all this pregnancy yet, so that's just started. We'll see if it gets any worse, but I'm not sure if that's due to any dehydration or anything like that. So I am, like I said, trying to stay super on top of my water. I actually have a glass with me right now. Okay, so the next one is that I still don't have any stretch marks, and I'm so thankful for that. Like I've talked about before, it's not that I really, if I get stretch marks, that's totally fine. Like I do have some from Madeline that, like, they aren't anything bad. They're mostly on like my hips and stuff where I feel like I gained a lot of my weight. But they're not anything bad. So luckily this time I haven't gotten any new stretch marks. I have started using my DIY belly butter that I've talked about a couple times, and I really, really like that. I feel like it makes my skin feel so soft and so hydrated, and just like almost makes it feel like my skin's glowing, kind of like after I use it and after it soaks in. I just feel like it's really nourishing compared to the lotions that they sell in store. So if you want the recipe and the information for that, I'll link it in the description box below, and I'll also put the video that I first talked about that in detail in the card so that you can watch it if you'd like. Weight is the next thing, and I totally forgot to weigh myself, so let me go do that really quick. Okay, so I just went and weighed myself, and it looks like I'm 150 pounds this week, and I looked in my notes from last week and it looks like I was 149 pounds, so that means I'm up a total of 23 pounds for this pregnancy. I'm gonna talk to my doctor and just make sure that everything is okay and that I'm on track with everything. She hasn't mentioned anything before that I need to watch my weight or anything like that. I just feel like I want to make sure I'm staying on top of everything, and if there's anything I need to do as far as exercise or anything like that, that I definitely start doing that, because I want to make sure I'm as healthy and strong as possible going into labor this time. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my weight. I have mentioned this in a few of my videos. My rings are still fitting. They're getting a little bit tighter, but not nearly as tight as they were last pregnancy. And I feel like I'm going to be able to keep them on maybe the whole time this time. So fingers crossed I'll be able to, because that would be nice. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which I'm super excited about because I'll get to hear the baby's heartbeat again and just ask a few of my questions. I haven't done this in any previous videos, but I thought it'd be good to go over a couple of the questions that I'm going to ask, just because I feel like other people might have these same questions. And then next week in my 29-week update, I can answer all of the questions that from the answer that my doctor gave me, just to kind of, I don't know, hopefully help some other mamas out there who might have some of the same questions. So the questions that I'm going to ask are, first about my Braxton Hicks and how common it is to have so many of them this early in pregnancy. Last time I did not have them this early, so it seems early to me. So I want to ask about that, just to make sure that it's nothing I need to watch or anything like that. I'm also going to ask about my weight gain, just to make sure that I'm kind of staying on track and that I'm not getting too crazy with anything. I am going to focus on just asking questions about, I don't know, I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to be as healthy as I can. And sometimes my OB doesn't give me very clear information when I'm in there. Like, she just kind of glosses over everything and asks if I'm okay, and then checks the heartbeat, and that's it. So I kind of want to go in there and actually get some information from her this time, just to see kind of where I'm at with everything. And then the other question I wanted to ask her is, shoot, I forgot what it was. Oh, I was going to ask her, and I'm not sure, some of you will probably think this is stupid, but I was going to ask her if more Braxton Hicks this early means that the labor might be an earlier labor. With Madeline, I went into labor 5 days late, and it was like 2 days before I was supposed to be induced. I went into labor. So I'm hoping that maybe this time I'll go like a little closer to my due date or just before my due date, because going past your due date, which I know they're not exact, but going past, it was just like crazy, and I was so exhausted and tired, and the waiting for it was just crazy. So I'm kind of just curious, and I know it doesn't mean anything, they can't fully guess, but I'm just curious if they've seen any correlation to a lot of Braxton Hicks meaning an earlier labor. So those are the 3 questions I'm going to ask, and I will keep you posted in next week's video on the answers that I get from my OB. So if you want to see the answers, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will share them in the 29-week update next week. And then I do have a few products that I want to go over. So let's do the bump shot first, and then we will do the products, and we will be all done with my 28-week update. Okay, so the bump shot, here is the front at 28 weeks. And then here is one side. And then here's the other side. So I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like my bump has kind of leveled out the last couple weeks. Like, it hasn't gotten too much bigger. But I also feel like the baby has gotten like higher up, which might sound weird, but it's like the baby shifted in there. So it's like my stomach didn't get bigger because the baby found more room, which seems so strange to say, but that's kind of how I feel like it at least feels to me from the outside. So I'm kind of interested. I should be taking like measurements of my stomach each week just to kind of keep track. Maybe I'll start doing that. But I did have one question for you guys. If you want to leave in the comments below, if you are a 2nd time or 3rd time or 4th time mama, did you have more Braxton Hicks with your 2nd baby than you did with your 1st? I'm just kind of curious to see if it's common or what you guys say about it. So let's get on to the products. Okay, so the first one I'm going to go over is a shave oil that I recently found. This one is a Young Living product, and I will have it linked for you below so that you can check it out if you want to, but this is called Mirage Shave Oil, and I don't know if you can see it real well. It's kind of shiny. But so what this is, you just use, literally when you're in the shower, you just squirt some of this onto your hand and then use it as like a shaving cream, and you just rub it on your leg and then shave. I was super skeptical of this, like extremely skeptical, because I felt like shaving with an oil would just be either like painful or I don't know, it would cause razor bumps or something. I have really sensitive skin, especially when I'm pregnant, so I just kind of was skeptical. But I have to tell you, this was like the best shave of my whole life. Like, my skin was so soft and so hydrated even before I got out of the shower. So if you're looking for something and you have sensitive pregnancy skin, I would definitely look into this. If you have any questions about it, definitely email me or leave them in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer any, because I highly recommend this for anybody who has sensitive skin or gets razor bumps a lot, because I get that during my pregnancies and I definitely didn't get that this time. So if you're interested, look in the description box below. Okay, the next 2 things I'm kind of really excited about. I got both of these as options for in the hospital, so I wanted to share them with you. So this first one is just like a nightgown. So it's short sleeve, and then it's just kind of like a night dress. It's super, super soft material. And I got a size medium, and it's from Jacqueline Intimates. But I got it at Marshall's for $14.99, so I thought that was a really good deal. But I feel like this is something I could wear even after the baby comes. And I could probably even wear it now before the baby comes, because it's kind of a bigger size. But I thought this would be kind of nice just to have an option. I felt like last time, the nurses come in so frequently to check everything, it's good to not have like pants on and stuff like that, just to make sure that they have access to what they need to have access to without it being too difficult. So that's why I liked that option. And then I got a second option just in case, because with postpartum you just never know. This one is more of a nursing friendly option. So this one's also like a dress. It has lace sleeves, which I thought were kind of cool. And then the front is crossed over, so it's easy for nursing moms, which I will be trying to nurse this time around again. And then it's pretty long. Like, I'm 5'10", and it goes down to my knees, which is something that I really liked, because a lot of nightgowns are just super short on me. So this one I got on Amazon, and I'll try to link this one below. It's have a ton of other colors. Blue is just my favorite color. So the next thing I want to show you are some maternity shirts that I got at Target. We went there the other day, and they actually had a sale on their Isabel maternity shirts, and so it was 3 for $20, which for maternity shirts is like, I feel like it's unheard of. It's so cheap. So I got 3 of them, and I wanted to show them to you guys. I got a blue one. So they just have like the scrunching on the side so that it's easy to fit around your bump. So I got a blue, and then I got pink, and then I got a white one. I don't have any white maternity shirts, so I just wanted something kind of plain that I could layer under things as we start to move towards fall a little bit. I'm not going to be pregnant a ton in fall, which is kind of nice because I won't have to buy a bunch of like fall clothes, but it'll be nice to have t-shirts that can go under like jackets and stuff like that, just to make an easy look out of it. So I got all three of these for $20. So you should check your Target and see if it's still going on. They're the Isabel maternity tees, and I did get a size small, so you should definitely check those out. And then the last thing I wanted to go over is my pregnancy pillow. I've never talked about this before, but I thought I would because it's one of those things that I just like feel like you can't live without. So this is the one I have. It's kind of old and worn looking, but this is what it looks like. And it just goes all the way down, like it's really long, and I don't think I could show you the whole thing in the frame. But I will try to link it below. I did get it at Babies R Us before when I was pregnant with Madeline, so it might not still be available, but I'll try to link it or something similar below so that you can get it. But I would highly suggest that if you don't have one and you aren't sleeping very well, to definitely get one. It helps you sleep so much better. It just kind of supports both your belly and your legs, because as your hips start to widen to prepare for birth, your knees, like, it kind of hurts to have your knees fully closed, which sounds really weird, to have your knees, like, when you're laying on your side, to have your knees touching. So it helps to have a pillow in between them, and this way when you roll over there's automatically a pillow on both sides. So I would highly suggest it, and I'll link it below. Okay, so that is all I have for my 28-week pregnancy update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!